refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we will be recapping day 2 of the WBC. Pool play was electric. Another electric day of baseball. There were a couple walk-offs, which were the first in WBC history, so we'll talk about that. Great games happened throughout the day. And we will cover that. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that you guys are liking this video and subscribing to the network and my show as well, so that you guys are covered in baseball and all sports. We have shows on the network that cover everything. We got CTC, Call Talking College, covers college basketball and college football. We got RBO, Real Ballers Only. That's an NBA show with Vaughn. In the Red Corner with Ty, Tomo, and Ricky. That is a boxing show. We got Dave's Doghouse, which is a show that gives the highlights and the lowlights of the sports world. And then we have Unfazed, which is a debate show with Joe and AJ. We have Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. That is a fantasy football show, and make sure you tune into that. And we have Zero Sports Talk with Griffey. And then the main show, Refuse to Lose. Make sure you tune into that. So let's get into game 1 of the day. Start off at 5 a.m., Japan versus Korea. Japan takes this game 8-6 to go 2-0 in pool play. Korea drops to 1-1. Otani hit another home run, going 2 for 2 with an RBI. Seiya Suzuki hits 2 home runs, goes 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. And Masataka Yoshida goes 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs. They win 8-6. We go to game 2 of the day, Canada versus Colombia. Canada wins 8-2 to improve to 1-0, and Colombia drops to 0-2. Owen Cassie hits a home run. He goes for 2 RBIs. Abraham Toro hits an RBI triple. He had 2 RBIs on the day, and the Naylor brothers each had an RBI for Team Canada to get their first win in their first game of the WBC. And we go to Netherlands, where history was made. Netherlands versus Nicaragua. Netherlands wins this game 4-3 to go to 1-1, and Nicaragua drops to 0-2. Cedane Rafaela goes 2 for 5. Xander Bogaerts goes 2 for 4 But the story of the day, player of this game, was Ozzy Albies. He goes 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. And his best swing of the night or the day was his 3-run walk-off home run for the first ever walk-off home run in WBC history. That was set up by 2 singles by Rafaela and Xander Bogaerts to give him the opportunity, and he took full advantage of it and gave his team their first win of the 2026 WBC. Then we go to Italy versus Brazil. Italy wins this game 8-0 to go 1-0 in pool play. Brazil drops to 0-2. Canzone hit a home run he goes 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. And Dante Nori, the 2024 first round pick of the Philadelphia Phillies, goes 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 home runs in that game. Italy looked pretty good offensively, so they're a sleeper. I said it on the main show when they had me as a guest, and watch out for them. And then we go to another electric game, Puerto Rico versus Panama. Puerto Rico wins this game to improve to 2-0 in pool play. Panama drops to 0-2, and the score was 4-3. This game was absolutely insane. It was an emotional roller coaster as a Puerto Rican. We were down 2-0, and then when the offense finally looked like it was clicking, we scored a run, and then it started raining. A little rain delay, and then we didn't get anything going until the 9th inning. We tied it up, and then Panama took the lead again in extras, and then we loaded up the bases. 3-2 walk brings in the tying run, and then in the bottom of the 10th, Darrell Hernaiz hits a walk-off home run. And the funny thing about this is that everybody was talking about Puerto Rico's insurance and that it was going to hold them back offensively, and it wasn't going to they weren't going to be able to win games. But this kid steps up where he needed to the most, when it could have easily been Lindor in that situation. He was put in that spot when it was said that Lindor wasn't going to participate in this WBC, and he stepped up for Puerto Rico and hit a walk-off home run. That game was crazy. Emmanuel Rivera goes 2 for 3. Darrell Hernaiz went 2 for 5. Arenado had some great swings. He hit an RBI. He had a sac fly. Arenado, he's having fun. It looks like every time they interview him, it looks like he's really enjoying the moment with the fans and embracing the Puerto Rican culture. So good for him. And then we go to Venezuela versus Israel. Venezuela wins this game 11-3 to go 2-0 in pool play, and Israel drops their first game to go 0-1. Luis Arias had probably the greatest game of his life. He goes 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles with 5 RBIs. He only has 3 multi-home run games in his career. One was last year, one was today, and the other was in the past WBC. So I don't know what it is about the WBC and him knowing how to hit home runs all of a sudden, but pay attention to it. If you know, you know. Eugenio Suarez goes 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Salvador Perez goes 2 for 5, and Ezequiel Tovar goes 3 for 3. Then we go to USA versus Great Britain, where we had Screwball start off the game throwing a fastball to Nate Eaton, and he takes him deep to give the Great Britain team a 1-0 lead on the very first pitch of the game. But Screwball settled in, and he was exactly what we thought he was going to be. Extremely dominant, attacking the strike zone, getting guys out, swinging at pitches. So he looked really good. And then Rosenthal actually asked him after the game, after his outing, in the dugout, are you gonna pitch again? And he was like, I'm not gonna answer that. So maybe we get another outing out of Screwball later on in the tournament. As far as the game goes, USA won the game 9-1 to improve to 2-0. Great Britain drops to 0-2. Kyle Schwarber goes 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Gunnar Henderson goes 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs, and he had a big 2-run RBI with the bases loaded to extend the lead. Schwarber came up in a big spot when the offense was really struggling. I got a text from one of my friends that they just looked weak, and I agreed. And then I felt the rally coming, and then that run scored on the wild pitch, and Schwarber was up, and I said he's going to hit a bomb. And a couple pitches later, there he went. And Bregman went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And then the last game of the night also went extra innings. Chinese Taipei wins this game to finish up their pool play games going 2-2. And Korea drops to 1-2. The final score was 5-4. Excuse me on these pronunciation of these names, but Do Young Kim goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a home run. Seung Chi Cheng goes 2 for 4 with an RBI, and WBC legend Yu Chang goes 1 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. That game, it was good. It was back and forth. Every time one team scored, the other team rallied. In the next half inning, it was a great game to watch. Chinese Taipei, they really felt this game. I don't know what it was about it, but they were very emotional after it. So that just speaks to the volume of this tournament. It's not just exhibition games. It actually means something for these countries, that even the ones that are not doing well, to be able to represent their country playing this game that they love is a great thing. We got another full day of games tomorrow morning. Starting up tomorrow morning, we got Australia versus Japan on FS1 at 6 a.m. We got Colombia versus Cuba at 12 on FS2. We got Netherlands versus the DR at 12 on Fox. We got Great Britain going up against Italy on Tubi at 1 o'clock. Nicaragua going up against Israel at 7 on Tubi. Panama versus Canada at 7 on FS2. And Brazil versus Mexico for the last game of the night at 8 p.m. on FS1. Should be another great day of baseball. I've really been enjoying these last couple days of just straight baseball. Can't wait for the start of the regular season. But hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thanks for tuning in. I will catch you guys tomorrow to recap the games. that go on in the WBC. Until then, see you.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.